Hi guys, we are here today with the WOD Den. This is a WOD for time, and it's a sort of a typical Saturday WOD, something a little bit different. We are doing dumbbell clusters, not thrusters, so dumbbell clusters. So remember, dumbbell clusters are really a squat clean thruster. We will be demoing these for you so that you make sure you know what you're doing with those. We're gonna do a little bit different today. We're gonna climb down the ladder, but then we are gonna climb back up the ladder. So you are gonna have to manage your pace here a little bit, knowing that as you're getting down into the easier rounds, it is just gonna get harder on the other side. So managing those bigger rounds and taking sort of short, quick breaks. So on your 10, 8, 6, maybe just 10, 8, possibly 6, putting that dumbbell down and taking a quick break before you finish off with the remaining reps. It's going to allow you to take shorter breaks and get out on your run without having to sort of rest or walk on that run. So your goal is to pace yourself on those bigger rounds, go a little bit harder on the smaller rounds, and yet leave some because you know you've got bigger rounds coming up there. We are doing 200-meter runs in between each one. So you have, I think, 9 rounds here. So you're going to have 9 runs. You're going to do 10 clusters and then a 200-meter run, 8 clusters, 200-meter run, 6, 200, 4, and then so on. So you're going to have 9 runs to do. It's 200 meters. That's about a minute of work. But just remember your pace on the run. It's a sort of a quick run, so you can sort of outrun yourself or outpace yourself here and then have a harder time with those clusters. So make sure you are going to leave some in the tank to do what you have to do up there. The cluster, which we are going to demo, is one of those really effective movements. So there's not a body part or a movement that isn't going to be used in this. So it's a super effective movement in terms of conditioning and strength and cardio. And we are looking for this WOD to take about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on your weight. So where we get to with that weight. So we only have one dumbbell, or most of you only have one dumbbell to use with the WOD. So you might not be able to do single arm dumbbell clusters. So we're going to do alternating single arm dumbbell clusters. But I know some of you have a pretty heavy dumbbell, and so that will make it pretty tough to try to do those single arm. If you have that dumbbell that is just too hard to do thrusters with, like as you come out of the squat, it won't be the squat clean that'll be your problem. It'll be trying to get out of that into that thruster. If you think you can't do that, then you're going to switch it to a dumbbell goblet cluster, and we will demo that. So then you can hold on to the dumbbell with both hands and do it that way, and you'll do the exact same thing. You're just going to do it with both hands and make it a little bit easier for yourself. If you don't have a dumbbell, then your modification is that odd object, so your backpack, your sandbag, whatever it is you have for that odd object. The modifications for the run are similar to what we've done in the past. So this is about a minute of work. So it's going to be a 250 row for guys, 200 for females. If you happen to have an assault bike, 12 calories for guys, 9 calories for females. If you're going to go out and power walk or do some kind of a weighted walk, then you're going to do about a 125-meter walk. You want it to be about a minute of work. If you happen to have a cardio machine that I did not list there, like we've talked about in the past, you get on that cardio machine for about a minute. All right, going to the ground for Demo Man Max today. All right, so he is going to show us what is prescribed today, the alternating single arm dumbbell cluster. So when you do that single arm dumbbell cluster, you don't have to touch the dumbbell with both heads, just one head has to touch, but you just want to make sure in terms of the volume here that we have that good butt down, chest up positioning. Don't take this with your back. With the amount that we have here, that lower back will get tight on you if you're trying to take that without getting down into that good squat clean or that clean positioning, okay? So Max is going to show us 4 where he does one-on-one, switches hands, does it on the next hand. So these are alternating. So give me 4 squat cleans. So as he comes up, his butt is lower, his hips are lower than his shoulders. He's going to come up, touch his shoulder, land in the squat, and thrust. And then he's going to switch hands, touch, come up, and thrust. Actually, put that down. We're going to do this in slow motion because I forgot we need to make sure you guys know what a squat clean thruster is. So as you are coming up, it is going to be, you are going to clean it up, land in the squat position. So Max is going to do that. Now we're going to thrust up all the way. So this is different Then a squat, clean, and jerk where you would jerk it up. This is a thruster, so you have to actually push it up, no jerking underneath. So we've done the squat, clean, and jerks, but we have not done the squat, clean, thruster. So there is a difference. You don't get to bend or dip underneath that. Show me one more on the other side, putting it together. So it is that squat, clean, thruster. So no dipping underneath that weight. All right. So that's if you're alternating. And then if you're thinking, nope, there's no way I can do that, that is going to be too heavy, and so you might hurt yourself, or it's going to take you forever to get through those rounds, then we're going to hold it in a goblet style. Just make sure, so you're going to come down where your fingers are just hovering above the ground. So we don't want to smash our fingers into the ground, because you're going to have to hold it like a goblet. So just keeping it just above the ground so that you don't smash your fingers. And then you'll do it that way, cleaning it and thrusting it, and then it'll be a lot lighter for you. So we're going to just show you a couple of those. So you're going to pick it up, and now he's going to have his hands there, and then he's going to come down just so his hands don't touch the ground, and do the thruster that way. Okay, so then you'll take some weight off. So that is if your dumbbell is too heavy. If you don't have a dumbbell, we're going to the sandbag or whatever your odd object is. So you're going to clean it up with two hands, just like the goblet. You're going to touch that sandbag to the ground, clean it up, and thrust it over your head. So squat, clean, thruster. One more time. Squat, clean, thruster. All right. That is Den. Good luck, everybody.